Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhattacharya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we continue reading from Canto 8 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 6. Are you all able to hear me all right?
It's a bit low. If can be
A
little
bit
bit.
low. Okay, is this better?
Yes, this is
That's
good.
better. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do that then. Okay, thank you. Okay, so does anyone remember what we have been reading? What we read yesterday? Anything? Anything about the Mandara mountain?
Yeah, the Hare Krishna, the demigods and the demons, they're lifting the Mandara mountain, but it's a very difficult task, and they are like it's it's very difficult for them to carry. They're carrying it, but like and while like carrying both the parties, like the demons and this one are carrying, but somehow like it was too heavy, and like the Mandara mountain like was sinking, was falling. So some of the demons and the and the demigods, they got crushed. And seeing this, the Supreme Lord, he came and he he made them alive again, like he gave them life again, and then he helped to carry the mountain, right, to
Yeah,
the ocean milk. Yeah.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
shows like the Lord comes to the help of the devotees. Mm.
yeah. Okay, thank you. So let's go on to today's text 38. Girim charopya garude
Girim charopya garude
haste naikena leelaya
हस्ते
haste
केनेन लीलया
leelaya
aruya prayaya abdhyam
अरूया
arubhya prayaya
प्रभवौ
din
अभ्यर्थिम्
sura asura ganiritaha.
सुर
sura asur
आगणेरः
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Lord very easily lifted the mountain with one hand and placed it on the back of Garuda. Then he too got on the back of Garuda and went to the ocean of milk, surrounded by demigods and demons. So here is the proof of the omnipotence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is above everyone. There are two classes of living entities, the demons and the demigods, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is above them both. The demons believe in the chance theory of creation, whereas the demigods believe in creation by the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada is explaining the demons, they say, oh, the creation happened by chance. The demigods, they understand creation has happened by God. But whether one is demigod or demon, God is above both of them. Is the superior personality of Godhead. So the omnipotence of the Supreme Lord is proved here, for simply with one hand he lifted Mandara mountain, the demigods and the demons, placed them on the back of Garuda and brought them to the ocean of milk. Oh, so here Prabhupada is saying that the Lord not only put the mountain on the back of Garuda, but he also put the demigods and demons on the back of Garuda and brought everyone to the ocean of milk. Now the demigods, the devotees, would immediately accept this incident, knowing that the Lord can lift anything, however heavy it might be. But although demons were also carried along with the demigods, Demons upon hearing, I don't know why is this jumping. Demons upon hearing of this incident would say that it is mythological. But if God is all powerful, why would it be difficult for him to lift a mountain? So someone may hear that, oh, how come the Lord lifted Mandara mountain? How come he lifted the demigods, demons? So the devotee, he'll immediately accept it. But someone may think it's a mythology. But God, he is the most powerful. So why is it going to be difficult for him? Why would anything be difficult for God? He has inconceivable powers. Just like when the cobbler asked Narad Muni, what was my Lord doing? Narad Muni was saying, oh, the Lord was putting the elephant through the eye of the needle. And the cobbler said, ah, yes, that is my Lord. He can do anything and everything. So the devotees, they have faith in the inconceivable powers of the Lord. They understand he's all powerful. Why should there be anything that he can't do? There is nothing that he cannot do. He can do everything, whatever he wants. He
मुझे
can
मिला नहीं वो
do. He's
पर्चा,
God after all.
अभी देख लूंगी आके, लेकिन मेरे को जहाँ तक जाने 16 का ही है।
Okay. So since he is floating innumerable planets with many hundreds and thousands of Mandara mountains, why can't he lift one of them with his hand? This is not mythology, but the difference between the believers and the faithless is that the devotees accept the incidents mentioned in the Vedic literatures to be true, whereas the demons simply argue and label all these historical incidents mythology. I'm sorry, I don't know why is the screen jumping each time I mark it. So anyway, here Prabhupada is pointing out that the Lord, he is controlling the entire universe. All such heavy planets are floating in the space. Planets which are heavier than Mandara mountain. Thousands and millions of Mandara mountains are already floating by the potency of the Lord. So why should it be difficult for him to lift one Mandara mountain? Demons would prefer to explain that everything happening in the cosmic manifestation takes place by chance. But demigods or devotees never consider anything to be chance. Rather, they know that everything is an arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the difference between the demigods and the demons. So one class of people is saying, oh, by chance this is happening, by chance that is happening. But the demigods understand, no, there's nothing happening by chance. It's not that we are sleeping and we wake up and there is like a 36 dishes waiting for us to be eaten on the table. No, somebody prepared it, Somebody actually went to the market, supermarket, washed the vegetables, cooked them, and that's why the food is there on the table. It just didn't appear there by chance, right? Nothing just happens by chance. There is somebody who's behind that. So the demigods understand that. If there is a painting, some painter is there who has painted the painting. If there is a device, there's somebody who's manufactured the device. So the demigods understand that nothing is happening by chance. It's all happening by the arrangement of the Supreme Lord. Is that okay? Would anyone want to add any comments?
Okay, yeah, this is okay.
Okay. Avaropya girim skandhat.
Avaropya girim skandhat.
Skandhat.
Suparna patatambaraha.
Suparnaha patatambaraha.
Patambaraha.
Harina sa visarjita. No, I'm
No.
sorry.
Yayau
Yayau
jalan.
jalanta utsrajya.
Yayau
Yayo
jalanta
jalanta utsrajraya.
utsrajya.
Harina sa visarjita.
Harina sa visarjitaha.
Visarjitaha.
Thereafter, Garuda, the chief of birds, unloaded Mandara mountain from his shoulder and brought it near the water. Then he was asked by the Lord to leave that place, and he left. So Garuda is keeping the mountain, and Lord is telling him, now you please leave. Now we are going to hear why. Garuda was asked by the Lord to leave that place. Why? Because the snake Vasuki, who was to be used as the rope for churning, could not go there in the presence of Garuda. Garuda, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, is not a vegetarian. He eats big snakes. Vasuki, being a great snake, would be natural food for Garuda, the chief of birds. Lord Vishnu therefore asked Garuda to leave so that Vasuki could be brought to churn the ocean with Mandara mountain, which was to be used as the churning rod. So that's why the Lord has asked Garuda to leave. Otherwise, Vasuki would be too scared to come. He'll be scared for his life that, oh, Garuda will eat me up. Like there's a story, right? Like Kaliya snake, why he was living in the Jamuna. Because Sabari Muni had cursed Garuda not to come there. So then Kaliya knew, okay, Garuda cannot come. So he was there living, spreading his poison more and more. Because he knew Garuda couldn't come there. So here in that, so there's a reference. Garuda eats snakes. Because Saubari Muni told Garuda, oh, how you're eating the fish there in the lake. Don't eat. But that's his food. It's natural food for Garuda. Okay. So these are the wonderful arrangements of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing takes place by accident. Carrying Mandara mountain on the back of a bird and putting it in its right position might be difficult for anyone, whether demigod or demon. But for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything is possible, as shown by this pastime. The Lord had no difficulty lifting the mountain with one hand, and Garuda, his carrier, carried all the demons and demigods together by the grace of the Supreme Lord. So the Lord puts the mountain on by one hand, he put the mountain on Garuda. All the demons, demigods together, they were dying, they couldn't hold. It's not difficult for the Lord. He showed in 7 days, 7 nights, he held the Govardhan hill in the left hand, on the smallest finger of his left hand. The Lord is known as Yogeshwar, the master of all mystic, because of his omnipotence. If he likes, he can make anything lighter than cotton or heavier than the universe. Those who do not believe in the activities of the Lord cannot explain how things happen. Using words like accident, they take shelter of ideas that are unbelievable. Nothing is accidental. Everything is done by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the Lord himself confirms in Bhagavad Gita 9.10, Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam. So everything is happening under the supervision of the Lord. Whatever actions and reactions occur within the cosmic manifestation, all take place under the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, because the demons do not understand the potency of the Lord, when wonderful things are done, the demons think that they are accidental. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled, the demigods and demons declare a truce. Any comments on this chapter? Any realizations? Anyone wanted to share anything? Certainly we are seeing here, as you said, that the Lord, he is protecting the demigods. Okay. Then we'll go on to chapter 7. Lord Shiva saves the universe by drinking poison.
Hare Krishna, Shilpa ji, your voice is very low.
Oh, really? So my
Yeah,
voice has become very low. Now is that?
yeah.
Is that better now?
Yeah.
Are you all able?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, now you can
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so before you were not able to hear me?
Yeah. It
Actually, it
was, but
became
very,
worse,
very
then again
dim.
it became. Yeah,
Yeah.
then
Very
again it
dim.
became.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
So,
yeah, I have one question, Hare Krishna,
yes, yes,
from chapter 6. So Bali Maharaj was Ashura's king, right?
yes.
So why demigods went to take help from Bali Maharaj?
Huh? I'm sorry.
Like demigods wanted to take help from Bali Maharaj, right?
Yeah,
Why?
because they were powerful at that time and they need the nectar from the ocean. Lord Vishnu told them that you right now compromise with the demons. They are right now very strong. Time is favoring them. They also have the mercy of their guru. So you don't fight with them now. Right now, you make a compromise with them that you take their help to get the nectar from the ocean. That's why they went to Bali Maharaj to get his help because the demigods had become weak.
Okay, so
They
it's
had
like
lost their
surrender.
kingdom. Huh?
It's like
It's
surrender or
it's like a compromise. They both are saying,
compromise.
okay, okay, let us not fight, let us stop fighting, and let us get this nectar from the ocean.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. You know, the Lord Indra went with a proposal to Bali Maharaj. He said, okay, let's not fight now. Now let us try to get nectar. You will be benefited, I will be benefited. So it's like a proposal he gave him.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
And Indra, he had lost, right? That whole thing due to the curse, right? His riches, all the opulence, what he had, those wealth and everything, is because of the
Yeah,
curse, right?
yeah,
So,
Durvasa
yeah,
Muni
so that's
cursed him.
yes, Durvasa Muni. So actually, this Kumbh Mela, no, started. It's in connection with this. Today it started the Kumbh
Oh,
Mela.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So yesterday I was hearing the Prabhu. So he said like he was telling us a story. He just started. Now it'll go on for 3 days. So it's due
Uh-huh.
to the curse, and that's how the story is in connection with Kumbh Mela.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't know about that. So yeah.
Ah,
So he was
okay,
describing
okay.
the same what we are reading now. So in fact, it's
Huh.
like how Kumbh Mela is there now, and we have started with this chapter, this
Ah,
this canto 8, yeah, of the
oh,
churning of the mountain. Yeah.
so then you can relate more with it then.
Really,
Wow,
yes,
nice.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Okay. So in this we are going to hear about Lord Shiva drinking poison. The summary of the seventh chapter is as follows, as described in this chapter. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, appearing in his incarnation as a tortoise, dove deep into the ocean to carry Mandara mountain on his back. At first, the churning of the ocean produced Kalakuta poison. Everyone feared this poison, but Lord Shiva satisfied them by drinking it. That's a Lord Shiva is called Neelkantha, right? His throat became bluish by drinking the poison. Of course, no one can imitate Lord Shiva. with the understanding that when the nectar was generated from the churning, they would share it equally. The demigods and the demons brought Vasuki to be used as the rope for the churning rod. By the expert arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demons held the snake near the mouth, whereas the demigods held the tail of the great snake. So the Lord arranged it in that way that the mouth is the demons are holding, and the tail is being held by the demigods. Then, with great endeavor, they began pulling the snake in both directions. Because the churning rod Mandara mountain was very heavy and was not held by any support in the water, it sank into the ocean. And in this way, the prowess of both the demons and the demigods was vanquished. The Supreme Personality of Godhead then appeared in the form of a tortoise and supported Mandara mountain on his back. Then the churning resumed with great force. As a result of the churning, a huge amount of poison was produced. The Prajapatis, seeing no one else to save them, approached Lord Shiva and offered him prayers full of truth. Lord Shiva is called Ashutosh because he is very pleased if one is a devotee. Therefore, he easily agreed to drink all the poison generated by the churning. The goddess Durga Bhavani, the wife of Lord Shiva, was not at all disturbed when Lord Shiva agreed to drink the poison, for she knew Lord Shiva's prowess. Indeed, she expressed her pleasure at this agreement. Then Lord Shiva gathered the devastating poison which was everywhere. He took it in his hand and drank it. After he drank the poison, his neck became bluish. A small quantity of the poison dropped from his hand to the ground. And it is because of this poison that there are poisonous snakes, scorpions, toxic plants, and other poisonous things in this world. Okay. Text 1, Shishuko Vacha.
Shri Shuka
Shuka
Uvacha
Uvacha.
Te Nagarajam Amantriya.
Rajam Amantrya.
Falabhagena Vasukim.
Falabhagema
Falabhagit
Vasukim.
Vasukim
Pari Viya Girau Tasmin.
Parivivya
Parivya
Giryo
Girau
Tasmin.
Tasmin
Netram Abdim Mudanvitaha.
Netram
Netram Abhidhim
Mudanvitaha
Mudanvita.
Are Bire Surayatta.
Are
Are
Vire
Vire Surarutra.
Surayatta
Yutta.
Amritarte Kurudvaha.
Amritarte
Amritarte Kurudvaha.
Kurudvaha.
Sukadev Goswami said, O best of the Kurus, Maharaj Parikshit, the demigods and demons summoned Vasuki, king of the serpents, requesting him to come and promising to give him a share of the nectar. They coiled Vasuki around Mandara mountain as a churning rope, and with great pleasure they endeavored to produce nectar by churning the ocean of milk. So they've also told Vasuki, we'll give you also some nectar. So Vasuki has agreed, okay, I can become the rod. Hari Purastaj Jagre.
Harish Purascha Jagare.
Jagare
Purvam Devastato Bhavan.
Purvam
Purvam
Devastato
Devastato
Bhavam.
Bhavan.
The personality of Godhead, Ajita, grasped the front portion of the snake and then the demigods followed. Here is the reference, Ajita. The other day, Neha, you were saying the incarnation of the Lord. So here the Lord is come as Ajita. Tanne Chandetya Patayo.
Tam
Tanne
Nechyam Daitya
Chandetya
Patayo.
Patayo
Mahapurusha Chestitam.
Mahapurusha Chestitam.
Mahapurusha
Na Grahanimo Vayam Pucham.
na
Grahinimo vyayam pucham
Aher angam amangalam.
ahir angam amangalam
Swadhyaya shruta sampannaha.
swadhyaya
Swadhyaya
shuta
sutta
sampana
sampannaha
Prakhyata janma karmabhi.
prakhyata janma
prakyata
karma
janma
bhi.
karmabhi.
The leaders of the demons thought it unwise to hold the tail, the inauspicious portion of the snake. Instead, they wanted to hold the front, which had been taken by the personality of Godhead and the demigods, because that portion was auspicious and glorious. Thus, the demons, on the plea that they were all highly advanced students of Vedic knowledge and were all famous for their birth and activities, protested that they wanted to hold the front of the snake. So the Lord, see what we heard, that the Lord, He's taking the mouth of the front portion where the mouth is of the snake. And when the demons are seeing that, they are thinking, Lord Vishnu is holding the mouth. That mouth part is more auspicious. No, no, no. Why should the demigods hold the mouth part? We demons should hold the mouth part. The demons thought that the front of the snake was auspicious and that catching hold of that portion would be more chivalrous. Moreover, Daityas must always do the opposite of the demigods. That is their nature. We have actually seen this in relation to our Krishna consciousness movement. We are advocating cow protection and encouraging people to drink more milk and eat palatable preparations made of milk. But the demons, just to protest such proposals, are claiming that they are advanced in scientific knowledge, as described here by the word Swadhyaya Shruta Sampannaha. They say that according to their scientific way, they have discovered that milk is dangerous and that the beef obtained by killing cow is very nutritious. This difference of opinion will always continue. Indeed, it has existed since days of yore. Millions of years ago, there was the same competition. The demons, as a result of their so called Vedic study, preferred to hold the side of the snake near the mouth. So here Prabhupada is putting a reference that the devotees are saying, protect the cows, love the cows, take milk from the cows, drink the milk of the cows. Whereas the demons are saying, no, no, don't drink the milk, it's bad, rather eat cow meat. So here the demons, they are seeing that the Lord is catching the mouth of the snake. So they are thinking, no, no. Now we want to hold the mouth. The Supreme Personality of Godhead thought it wise to catch hold of the dangerous part of the snake and allow the demons to hold the tail, which was not dangerous. But because of a competitive desire, the demons thought it wise to hold the snake near the mouth. If the demigods were going to drink poison, the demons would resolve, why should we not share the poison and die gloriously by drinking it? So Prabhupada is explaining that this is the demoniac mentality, a competition. They wanted to compete with the demons. In regard to the word Swadhyaya Shuddha Sampanna Prakhyata Janma Karmabhi, another question may be raised. If one is actually educated in Vedic knowledge, is famous for performing prescribed activities, and has been born in a great aristocratic family, why should he be called a demon? Answer is that one may be highly educated and may have been born in an aristocratic family, but if he is godless, if he does not listen to the instructions of God, then he is a demon. So birth is not important. One may be born in great family, one may have may be very knowledgeable, one may be performing a lot of sacrifices, doing all his duties, done a lot of penances. But if he's not following the instructions of God, then Here we are understanding that he's a demon. There are many examples in history of men like Hiranyakashipu, Ravan and Kamsa who were well educated, who were born in aristocratic families, and who were very powerful and chivalrous in fighting, but who, because of deriding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, were called Rakshasas or demons. One may be very well educated, but if he has no sense of Krishna consciousness, no obedience to the Supreme Lord, he is a demon. That is described by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita 7:15. Namam duskritino muda prapadyante naradama maya yapaharata jnana asuram bhavam ashrita. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So Krishna himself is saying that there are two kinds. One is a devotee, one is a demon. One is a demigod, one is a demon. Those who follow the instructions of God, they are demigods. Those who do not follow, Krishna is saying they are demons. Asuram Bhavam refers to not accepting the existence of God or the transcendental instructions of the personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita clearly consists of transcendental instructions imparted directly by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But asuras, instead of accepting these instructions directly, make commentaries according to their own whimsical ways and mislead everyone without profit even for themselves. One should therefore be very careful of demoniac godless persons. According to the words of Lord Krishna, even if a godless demon is very well educated, he must be considered a Muda, Naradam, and Maya Aparata Jnana. So, education or knowledge or birth, that is not what decides one from a devotee and a demon. It is one who's following the instructions of God, one who's accepting the existence of God, one who's understanding God is the creator, and then he is a devotee. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Let's read one more. Iti tushnim sthitan daityan
Iti tushnim stitan daityan
vilokya purushottamaha
vilokya
Kya
purushotamaha
Purushotama
smayamano visrijyagram
Shamano
Svayamano
Visriyagram
visrityagram
ucham jagraha samara.
pucham
Pucham
jagra
Jagraha Samara.
Thus the demons remained silent, opposing the desire of the demigods. Seeing the demons and understanding their motive, the personality of God had smiled. Without discussion, he immediately accepted their proposal by grasping the tail of the snake, and the demigods followed him. So the Lord had taken up the mouth, but the demon said, no, no, we want to take the mouth. So the Lord is letting them, okay, you want to take the mouth? Okay, take. So then he's coming to catch the tail, and the demigods are coming, following him.
and the mouth is in fact
Krita,
more like difficult, more
yeah,
dangerous.
more dangerous. That's right.
Yeah.
More dangerous.
Yeah, actually, we see right in real life, like how somebody will go against what you say, what you do, just to, right? So that is the mentality of a demon. Then we have a demon
Yeah,
mentality.
that's what we are hearing.
That shows,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. My God.
Yeah.
Like just, anything you do, yeah, it has to be like against it. No. So, yeah. True, true. Yeah.
Yeah. Kritasthana Vibhagastam.
Sthitastana vibhagasta
Evam Kashyapanandana.
evam
Evam
Kashyapanandana
Kashyapanandana
Mamantu Paramam Yatta.
mamantu
Mamantu
paramam
Paramam
yata
Yata
Amritartham Payonidam.
amritartham
Amriyartham
payonidim.
Payonidim.
After the suggesting how the snake was to be held, the sons of Kashyap, both demigods and demons, began their activities desiring to get nectar by churning the ocean of milk. So now, okay, the demons are holding the mouth, the demigods are holding the tail. They both are coming from Kashyap. One are the sons of Diti and one are coming from Aditi, right? They're all coming from
Yeah.
Kashyap. And now they're churning the ocean. We will continue tomorrow.
Mm.
Did you want to add anything more, anyone? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.